Exhale, straighten. One more, inhale, bend the knees, roll up through the spine as you exhale and straighten. Roll your shoulders all the way down, look straight forwards this time. Nice, take your arms out wide. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up in the direction of your hands. Exhale, shrug them back down. Inhale, shrug up. We'll call this a Y shape. So feel like you're trying to make your Y longer. And then you're trying to connect your Y into the center of your back. Again, make your Y longer. And then pull both arms of the Y into the center of your back. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands behind your head. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look to your toes. Bring your elbows a bit narrower so that you're stretching more in the back of your body. Inhale, elbows wide, look up, supporting your neck. Exhale, elbows narrow, little stretch in the back of the neck. One more time. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down, elbows narrow. Look straight forwards, elbows out to the side. Take your left hand to your right ear and your right arm long. Feel like you're trying to touch the ground with your right fingers. And then draw your head across toward the left. Not pulling, just your hands just telling the head where to go. And then take your fingertip to the top of your head as you come up to center, push from your feet, reach all the way up through the crown of your head, bring the arm down, keep the top of your head steady, and then right arm to left ear, draw your head over, keep long in your left arm, fingertips reaching right down. Feel almost like your arm is getting long from the shoulder downwards. And then take a fingertip to the top of your head as your head comes up. Reach all the way up through the crown of your head. Release the arm down. Keep reaching through the top of your head. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Let's go first through the neck. Then bending forwards through the chest. Then bending forwards through the mid-back. Then the lower back. And then you have to bend more at the hips. Come down onto hands and knees. Let's make a cat-cow motion with the spine. Inhaling as your head and chest look forwards, and exhale as your head and chest scoop under. This wave-like movement of your spine goes all the way down into the pelvis, so your pelvis ends up mirroring your upper body. And again. Exhale, rounding your back. Good, and then a flat back. Put the purple block between your inner knees. Purple block, or inner thighs I should say, inner thighs. So that's it, squeeze the block, tuck your toes under, push the ground down with your hands, look just ahead of your hands, and then hover your knees off the floor. Hold it there. As you squeeze the block between your inner legs, it's going to activate your inner thighs. And feel like your belly muscles are trying to pull the block up toward the belly. Knees a bit lower if you can, Camilla. That's it. Your knees ideally want to be about the same height as the blue block, so about an inch or two off the floor. 2 inches, I should say, 2 inches off the floor. One more breath. Okay, keep the block between your inner legs and lift up to a downward facing dog. Walk your hands towards your feet, keep the block between your inner legs. And roll your spine up to standing with your knees bent as you begin the roll. And your legs straightening as you come up to standing. Did we use the block for roll downs in this class last week? Can anyone remember? No, I know we did it in the other classes last week. I couldn't remember this one. So if you put the block a long ways between your thighs, if you can, if your legs shape or size doesn't suit a long way block, turn it the other way. Get a good squeeze on the block. So from your feet, squeeze in on the block, reach out through the imaginary fingertip on the top of your head, and remember the coat hanger on the front of your collarbones so that the shoulders roll open. Excellent. Then we're going to try a roll down, keeping the legs straight this time. So keep squeezing the block and let your head go first, and then your upper back. And then your mid-back. Keep squeezing the block so the legs don't move anywhere until you can't go any further without letting the hips bend, and then the block might push back slightly. At the bottom of the roll down, let your arms hang. Then let's try rolling back up again. If you can, keep the legs straight. So you squeeze the block, hug your belly in. Feel like your pelvis is pushing down to your heels as you roll up through your spine. and you roll back through your shoulders. Imagine there's a wall behind you. So as you roll down, try not to let your legs push back onto the wall. Roll down, keeping your legs and your bottom off the imaginary wall as you roll. So we're really getting more clear definition in the movement from one vertebra to the next. At the bottom, inhale. And exhale, roll your way back up. I should also say that if this is uncomfortable in your spine, or if you've got osteoporosis in the spine, you are better to have your knees soft. It will soften the impact in the back. We're going to do one more. When you're ready, you can go with that last one. So if you need to soften the knees for any of those reasons, soften the knees. Otherwise, squeeze the block, keep the legs straighter. Get as much movement through your spine as you can. And you should feel, and then again rolling back up again, you should feel, if you're really working on holding the block well like that you're getting more feeling in your back through those rolls. Arms come out to a Y shape once you're all the way up. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, shoulders plugging into the centre of the Y. Inhale, stretch, and as your shoulders plug in, let's try pushing up onto the balls of our feet. Inhale, stretch, your arms pull up to the ceiling, and exhale, plug your shoulders in and lift the heels. Yes, it's tempting to bend the elbows, I've just realised that. I want to do that as well, so let's do that. Bend the elbows in, and then straighten your arms out. Bend the elbows in, more like a cactus shape, and then straighten out to a Y shape. Bend into cactus shape, straighten into Y shape. Again, bend into cactus shape, straighten into Y shape. And then bring your arms down, and we're rolling down one last time, chin to chest. Keep the squeeze of the block. If you're keeping your legs straight, see how much you can bend in at the waist before you tip at the hips. At the bottom of your roll down this time, stay there. Nice, you're going to take that block out from between your legs. Pop it on the floor in front of you, put it on its tallest setting, and put your right hand on the block and bend your right knee. Lift your left arm into a twist. If that's not high enough for you, you can put the purple block on top of the blue block. Right hand on the block, right knee bent. Turn your chest more open to the left. Not throwing your arm higher, but turning your chest more. Another breath there. Then bring your left hand down, left leg bends. Try and keep your heel on the ground if you can, but if it needs to lift, let it lift. And again, try and turn your chest more as your arm lifts. So it's not that your arm is pulling more in the shoulder joint, but that your whole torso turns, allowing the arm to float up rather than wrench up. Another breath. Good, and then bring that hand back down. Pop both hands down onto the floor, and the block can go just underneath you. Yeah, we're back on hands and knees. Excellent. A flat back. Imagine the fingertip at the crown of your head, trying to draw the crown of your head forwards. But then at the same time, feel like the tailbone end of your spine is trying to reach in the direct opposite position. So from the crown of your head to the tailbone, you're making yourself feel nice and long, and that should get you to engage in your core. Take a breath there without your belly moving, lateral breath. Exhale through your lips. Again, an inhale, lateral breath without your belly moving. And exhale. Inhale, straighten your right leg out behind, slide the toes on the floor. Exhale, slide the knee back into the floor. Inhale, straighten your left leg out behind, toes on the floor. Exhale, bring the knee back to the floor. Slide the leg so the pelvis doesn't move, and make sure you're keeping your core muscles engaged. So when that leg slides back out behind you, your belly muscles are working to keep your pelvis and your spine perfectly still from crown to tailbone. Keep alternating from one leg to the other. Inhale, slide the leg back. Exhale, knee comes back to the floor, all the way back underneath your hip each time. Toes touching the floor, Jane. Yeah, so when you slide the leg back, toes run along the floor, that's it, yeah. Okay, when you slide whichever leg goes next, keep that leg out straight. Press into the ball of that foot, and the knee that's bent, hover it an inch off the ground. Push the ground away and hold it there for 4. You can keep the toes on the ground if you want to, for 3. Feel the bent leg is pulling up into the hip joint to keep the pelvis level. Knee back to the floor, slide your bent leg back in, but keep the core switched on. Now straighten the other leg out behind, toes tucked on the ground. Make that leg firmer. Use your belly muscles to hover the bent knee off the ground. Try not to let that hip drop into the bent knee. Rather feel the bent knee pulling up towards your hip. 2. Watch out for your head, Sarah. Lift your head so you're looking at the blue block. That's it. 1. Knee back down, both knees down. Nice. And then again, if you can come into a downward facing dog, walk your hands towards your feet. In fact, you might want to walk your feet forward, some of you, because your blocks have ended up further up the mat. Yeah, we don't need the blocks all the way up at the top. We're going to keep using them. So here, put both hands on your block again. Most of you will want to put it on a high setting. Bend your knees quite a lot. Yeah, bend your knees quite a lot. And try and get a flat back like you just had on your hands and knees. So you're looking just down onto the mat, like you're looking in a mirror, looking at your face, straight down on the mat. And then feel the tailbone and the crown of your head stretching in opposite directions. If you lift your gaze a second, you want to avoid that shape in your back. And if you try and think more about getting extension in your back, that's going to help you to get flatter. So less rounded and more feeling like you're trying to get extension. Knees are bent, you are not leaning into the block. Anyone, if I took the block away and you'd fall forwards, you're leaning into the block. Yeah? So you've got your hands on the block, but you've got your weight in your legs and your bottom sitting back a little. Take your right hand onto the block, straighten your left leg, turn your chest to the left and open the arm again, like you did earlier. But this time you are coming from a longer, straighter back. Keep lengthening out your spine from tailbone to crown and turn your chest more. Turn your breastbone round toward the left. Everyone looks better, well, on my spot the difference glance around. Bring your left hand down, bend the left leg, straighten your right leg and turn. Make sure you're not leaning into the block. The block is there for your hand to rest on, not to lean your weight forward, so we're not going for downward facing dog style. And then turn your chest, lengthen out through the sides of your collarbones. Reach forwards more with your breastbone. Try and stretch from the tailbone to your crown. Bring your hand onto your hip instead, and then turn your chest more. That's it, you get better rotation without the arm coming up. Another breath. Both feet are together, Ali. And then bring your arm back down. Okay, and then turn that block flat to the floor and can you roll your spine up to standing. So I'm going to do 3 sets of squats. They're going to be easier, medium and harder, and you can stick with one of the easier or medium versions if you prefer. We're going to be using all blocks, but for now we start just on flat ground. So feet are hip distance apart. Feet are pointing forwards. Very nice, Caroline. Very good, no, that's good. Okay, and then hands are just going to stay on our hips, then we don't have to think about our arms. Squat down, go as low as you can go, concertinaing in your knees and hips without your heels lifting and without having to round your back. Okay, so that's all the way down into your low squat. Now come up about 50% and pause. And let's go 5 pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push all the way up. We do that again. Go down 100% and then come up 50% and pulse. 5, 4. Elbows wide, collarbones wide. 2, 1 and push all the way up. And we do that one more time. Squat down 100%. Come up 50%. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and come up. So that was your easy set. Now let's try the medium set. So for the medium set, you're going to have your heels on your blue block. Just the heels. The balls of your feet on the floor and your heels on the blue block. Okay, and ideally, it doesn't matter if you've got the soft one, it'll just be harder for you to balance. The firm ones are good because they give you the feeling of being on the ground. Okay, so when you do Pilates on reformers, there's a lot of work in the feet being more pointed, and we're going to build that up gradually. So hands back to hips again, same thing. Go down as low as you can into your squat. Elbows wide, and then come up 50% and pause, and go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Smaller pulses, Leslie, and then all the way up. And then we go down again 100%. and come up 50% in small pulses, small range. 5, 4, 3, smaller pulses, Karen, 2, 1, small range of movement in the pulses and all the way up. One more time like that. So going down as low as you can go, keep the elbows wide, come up 50%, no more, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and all the way up. Good. And can you feel your legs are working a bit with those? So then if you want to, you can now try heels on the purple block. Your heels are be on the outside edge. But if you feel like that was enough for you, then stick with as you were. So that's going to, if you're a high heel wearer or an ex-high heel wearer, you'll probably find that this is not too much of an issue getting up high there. If you've got like size 3 feet, I would say stick with the blue block. Size 4, yeah, similar. Yeah, the purple can be quite high if you've got smaller feet. Hands are to your hips. Heels are on the outer edges of the block, so you've still got a little gap between your legs. And let's go down again, going down 100%. Push up 50% or even 40, so you're not quite feeling halfway, and then pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way up. And we go down, and you're just breathing wherever you want to breathe, as low as you can go, then up, and then pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when we go, this is your last one. When you go low, you want to go as low as you can go, where it almost feels a struggle to push back up again, and then push up 50%, and then we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way up. Well done, and then come off the block. And you can just use your foot to push the blocks off to the side of the mat. Excellent. Start at the back of your mat. Take a stride forwards with your right leg. Lift your back heel off the ground. Bend your back knee down. Tuck your tailbone under and bring your belly back. So you're getting a stretch down the front of that back thigh. Tailbone tucks under. You're trying to push the thigh bone forwards, tuck your bottom under and bring your waist back. So there's a slight posterior tilt in the pelvis. Okay, and then step forwards with the back leg. Lift your back heel, bend the knee down, and then tuck the tailbone under. Feel a light stretch down the front of your thigh. It's only a light stretch, we're not doing a big stretch there. And then feet come together at the top end of your mat, arms down, inhale, look forwards, imagine the block between your inner legs, drop chin to chest, roll your way down, keep the legs engaged as you roll down. At the bottom of your roll down, hands to the floor, step back onto both knees. This time take your knees further back than all fours position, and just shift your weight back and forwards a few times, just kind of going forwards and backwards. We're going to let our hips dip a bit when we come forward. So when you come forwards, let your hips sink slightly. Keep your arms straight. And then bottom back. And you come forwards, letting your hips sink into the space underneath. When you come forwards, you look forwards. And when you go back, look to the floor. Next time you come forward, stay there. Push the ground, have your arms long, and then just look over the right shoulder toward the right heel. Left hip dips slightly further. And then center and look over your left shoulder, and your right hip will dip slightly. And then just slink your spine all the way down to the floor. Rest your head on your hands and give your bottom a little rock side to side. Bend your right leg, catch hold of your right foot, and I'll come and put the band around your foot if you struggle to get hold of it. Is it too much for the arm to come round? Yeah, fine. So what you can do is, how about there? Is that okay? Yeah. Have you got, is that uncomfortable to hold?
No, it's fine.
You okay? Yeah. There you go. You can get the foot, you don't need the band.
Okay, no.
Yeah. Hang on, Trevor. Let me give you the band. Yeah, if you can hold the foot without the band, you don't need the band. It's only if you need to hold the band if you need that little help. You all right? You got a cramp?
No.
Oh. Oh yeah, fine. Okay, yeah.
Got something underneath.
Is it lying down full stop, or is it just that stretch?
Lying down full stop.
Okay, so leave out the next exercise and do it on hands and knees. Okay. So we're going to do a leg extension, so do it on hands and knees instead. Or you could do it lying on your side and lift your leg on your side. Do it lying on your side. No, you don't need it. You can use it later though. Okay, switch to the other leg. Sue, you just stay a little bit longer. As soon as you've just got that. Are you all right on that side? Yeah. Okay, Christine, yeah. Got it? Coming round, coming round. I've got you. You lie down. I like your technique though.
Thank you.
Yeah, so when we lift our leg out behind, you just lift your leg on the side, like that, yeah.
From this position, yeah.
In that position, yeah. Another breath there, stretching the front of your thigh. Sorry, Sandy, have you just let go now? Did you need the band? No? Oh, you're right. Okay, and then rest your head on both hands. Relax your shoulders, just shimmy them a little, check that they're feeling nice and easy. Forehead supported, so your nose is just hanging in the gap in front of your hands or forearms. And then stretch your legs out a little longer. Just lift and stretch each leg individually until they both feel long on the mat out behind. Nice. Press into the top of your feet slightly so that your knees engage, your thigh bones feel like they're pulling up as the feet push down. And then can you zip in the lower belly and breathe into your chest for 2. Exhale, feeling your belly muscles engaged. 1 more like that, breathing in. And breathing out. Now stretch and lift your right leg off the floor. Inhale as you lower it. Exhale, lift the left leg off the floor. Just keep on the same side, obviously. And then exhale as you lower it. Inhale as you lower it. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keep alternating the leg. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Feel like your leg suddenly got really, really heavy. So when you lift it, you're having to almost press the leg up rather than letting the leg just feel light and it floats up and your pelvis rocks side to side, which is really easy to do, but it's not really Pilates and it's not going to get you the benefits that we want from this exercise to strengthen the back of your leg and your glutes. So feel the weight of your leg, or feel like there's something really heavy laying on the top of your leg. So you've really got to put the effort in to push the leg up. At the same time, can you keep your lower belly engaged? So imagine your trousers have got a zip. Can you lift your leg without pushing into the zip of your trousers? Without busting the zip of your trousers? Right leg lifts this next time. Keep it lifted and circle around that point. Keep your head and shoulders nice and steady. And then change direction. Two, 1, and then the other leg. Lengthen and lift, and then circle around. And then change direction. Last one. And then relax that leg down and push back to a child's pose. Bottom to your heels. Does anyone benefit from having a little push on the hips in child's pose? Give me a little wave in the air if you want your hips pushing back slightly. No one? No one wants me? No one wants a push. Happy in your own child's pose, that's nice. Just sink a little further back with each exhale, getting deeper into your hips, your knees. Lovely. And then when you come up, bring your legs round in front of you. We'll take a seated twist first of all. Bend your right leg in. Lift the left toes up. And then step your foot across. Left arm stays around the leg, right hand behind as you twist. Remember the twist you did when you were bending forwards earlier, lifting your arm. I want you to push into your bottom, lift through your breastbone, widen across your collarbones, and turn your rib cage round more. So the left ribs feel like they're pressing further round towards your right thigh. Nice. And then look forwards, undo that side. Bend the left leg in. Hold. Cross, right toes up, spine up. Right arm around, left hand behind. Once you get into a comfortable twist, press into your sit bones, get taller. When you get taller, more open, then try and twist a bit deeper. Now your right ribs feel like they're just pressing around. You can maybe even imagine it's like me with my hand on your right ribs, my finger on the top of your head, pressing the right ribs round, and I'm even squeezing the left leg in as you twist. Does that feel okay? Just. And then come back to center, straighten your left leg out. Take your right leg in again. Double up your band. Put the double length of the band around the ball of your right foot. And hold it with your left hand. I'm going to go palm under. Hang on, let's think. It doesn't actually matter. It doesn't matter how you hold it. Okay, so lift your foot up, lift your chest, turn round to the right, fingers on the floor initially, and then try straightening out your right leg and feel your right hip pushing forwards towards your right foot. And then maybe float your back arm off the ground. If that's a struggle, then keep your fingers on the floor. Keep lifting tall, keep lifting your leg up. For 2. Left ribs pressing round for 1. Come back to center. Okay, I can see a lot of you are holding like that. Get as close to your foot as you can. So go onto the left side. Hold as close to your foot as you can. With your right hand. Yeah, right hand as close to your foot. So there's barely any, if there's a big gap there, get closer while your leg's bent. Yeah, while your leg's bent, get your hand as close to your foot as you can. Then lift your foot up. Then turn your chest. Float your left arm or fingers on the floor. Push the left leg straight. Lift the left leg through the strength in the band. Shoulders down, rib cage turning a little more. Nice, and then look forwards, bend and release that leg down. Pop your band near your head end so that we've got that again for the end. And also block-wise, have a block, probably the blue block for your head. Do you know, we're going to use both of them, so have them both up at the head end of your mat. Arms in front. And then we're just going to walk back and forwards with our hips. So sit bones, walk back. Sandy. Oh, okay, yeah. Is it really? Is it really?
It is. Yeah.
And then to the back up to the top of your mat. See if you can wear a little thin patch in the back of your leggings. There is something quite nice and baby-like about doing it. Was it to do with your baby? Holding your baby in front of you? Okay, and then when both legs feel level, just rock a little side to side, like you're trying to just even out your sit bones. Keep them even there, scoop your belly down, roll down, tucking your sit bones under. And then take your arms all the way over behind. Take your blue block, pop that underneath your head, and bend your legs in so your feet are flat to the floor. One hand on your lower belly, one hand on your upper belly. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the gap between lower belly and upper belly until your lower back feels more firm toward the ground. And then inhale again into your lateral breath that we did earlier on. It'll feel like you're breathing more into the ground in the back of your chest. And you're able to keep your belly firm as you breathe. The breath doesn't have to be super duper deep, just that you can breathe without the belly lifting and lowering. Now relax your arms down. Make sure that your chin is slightly tucked. That's one of the reasons we've got our head on the block for this. And if you can slide your right leg along the floor, and you're going to feel it slide past point 1, point 2 and point 3 where it's fully straightened, and then slide it back in past point 2, past point 1 and then back to a flat foot. Then the left foot slides away past point 1, past point 2 and then point 3 is where the leg is straight, and slide it back in again past point 2, past point 1 and the foot's flat. So go with your right leg sliding in 3 smooth motions out and then sliding back in. I don't want to confuse things at the moment with those 1, 2 and 3, but just feel like the length that your leg slides along the floor could be split into 3 spots, into 3 lengths. 1/3, 2/3, and then the full length is 3/3. Can you keep your belly firm as you do that so that you're not splitting the lower belly and the upper belly? And do it one more time on each leg. Your heel can be touching the ground very lightly, or the leg can be slightly off the ground. But finish with your feet flat on the floor after this one that you're doing. Okay, and then we're going to go into single knee fold right leg, single knee fold left leg, and then we're going to try and do the tapping of your foot to point 1, point 2 and point 3. So your right heel taps down to point 1 and comes back up again. And then the left heel down to point 1 and lift back up again. Now right heel tapping a bit further away, point 2 and back up again. And left heel to point 2 and back up again. Now point 3, your leg straightens but don't let it touch the floor and pull it back in again. And then the other leg straightens but don't let it touch the floor, so you're staying off the ground, and pull it back in again. Back to point 1, right heel taps the floor close to your bottom and back up. And then left close to your bottom and back up. And now point 2 a little further away and left a little further away. And then point 3 where your leg goes straighter and pulls back in. Another leg. You don't feel that putting pressure? Okay, so it might be better to do the leg slide along the ground, or you can do tapping your foot but starting from the floor. We're going to go another round each 1, 2 and 3 with each leg. Making sure that the belly doesn't split top and lower. Your last straight leg tap is the last one. And then lower your legs back down, feet flat to the floor. Nice, drop your knees apart into a butterfly. And then take your purple block and put it between your inner thighs when your legs come back in. And this time your block's going to be the opposite way to how it was when you were standing. So it's now going to be poking out the front and the back of your thighs. Have it narrower, Ali. Turn it one way narrower. That's it. And poking out the front and the back like that. And it can be between your inner knees or your inner thighs. Take the block out from underneath your head. Reach your arms long down by your side and have the feeling that your feet are about the same distance apart as the block. Press into your feet, curl your tailbone up and roll your spine up into a bridge, holding onto the block while you roll. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll back down again. Think of that segmenting of your spine you did when we rolled from standing, and try and apply that same segmenting of your spine in shoulder bridge on the floor. Going one more like that, just a plain bridge, rolling up, rolling down. If you get cramp easily, if you've got any lower back or buttock issues going on at the moment, then stick with those rolls. Otherwise, roll up and stay up. And feel like you're stretching your tailbone further toward the block, tailbone longer toward the block. And feel your tailbone fixed in space. Try and extend your right leg straight, keeping the block held between your inner thighs. And then right foot to the floor, engage your right leg. Left leg extends without the tailbone of your spine moving. Left foot to the floor, inhale. Right leg extends, exhale. Foot to the floor, inhale. Extend, exhale. Good, keep going like that. 2 more each leg. Trying to keep your tailbone steady. Push into your arms. If your arms look a bit loose or flaccid, I'm going to come along and see if I can lift your arm. And if I can, you've got to firm them and press them down. Whether you're doing the shoulder bridges or the leg extensions, keep pressing through your arms. When you've done your last one, so press down through your arms, even when you roll down. When you've done your last one, roll your spine back down again. Bring your knees in, take the block out, put your head block back under if you need it. Stretch your band around the ball of your right foot, straighten your right leg in the air, left foot to the floor, right leg in the air. If you didn't put the block under your head and your head has slid back a little, then you're going to put the block under. The block will actually help you get the leg back a bit further. Breathe into the back of your leg, relax your shoulders. Can you keep the coat hanger on even while you're lying on your back? Even while your arms are in the air holding the band. Now keep that band on your foot. Move your bottom a fraction off to the right. Yeah, good. And then straighten your left leg down the mat. It doesn't have to be fully straight. It can be a little bit bent if you need it to. Your left hand is going to hold as close to your foot as it can, both bits of the band. And then take the leg across to the left. Maybe your elbow gets to the floor, lifting your right hip, looking out towards your right arm. You could, if you wanted to, put the purple block underneath your leg. Can you get down to that? So your leg lands on the block. I'll tip the screen at home and you can see how Sarah's doing that there. Let your pelvis turn onto its side. If it feels too intense, bend the knee and do the bent knee version that we normally do. No, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. You're doing it right. I'm just going to see if you can get your leg onto that. Okay, so to come back up again, push into the left elbow to help spring the leg up and draw the leg all the way back up. Okay, and then switch the leg over. So you're going to pop the left leg in the air, right foot on the floor, just for a plain hamstring stretch first of all. Right leg is bent for your hamstring stretch. And you might want to move your bottom back to the middle of the mat. And just breathing there, a few breaths. So your bottom moves a fraction off to the left this time, and your right hand holds up both bits of the band as close to your foot as you can go. Straighten your right leg down the mat, and take your leg across to the right, so your left hip lifts up and over. So your left leg stacks. Your left leg stacks on top of your, your left hip stacks on top of your right hip. If it feels too much, or you can use the radiator, Camilla, because it'll really help. Try and get your foot on the radiator and then you can press against it. Let me move these blocks back under your head a bit more for you. That's it. Either looking to the ceiling or out toward the left if your head will turn. If not, it's fine, just stay as you are. Okay? Are you okay, Trevor?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, now we bring the leg back up again. Bend the knee if you need to. Take the band off. Move your bottom back to the middle of the mat. And tilt your pelvis back and forwards a few times. Tilt the pelvis back and forwards, back and forwards. Good. Stretch your lower back long and then extend the legs long and relax. Close your eyes. Imagine every living cell of you, every living cell of your body has its own little set of eyes, receptors, all closing, shutting down into relaxation mode. Let your breath just breathe organically, naturally. So the breath just working with its own intelligence. Breathing life in. Notice how you feel, where you feel it, but most importantly, just being aware of feeling. You don't have to react to any of those feelings. Almost be as though you are feeling your body and experiencing your body without the ability to move or adjust it. Fully aware, fully in sensation, but then almost like you are looking upon someone else's body relaxing here. Let's do a really basic relaxed breathing exercise here. Breathe in deeply through your nose. Breathe out fully through your lips. Breathe in deeply through your nose till you feel full. Breathe out fully through your lips. A little different this time. Breathe in fully again. When your breath is full, hold the breath and then sip in a bit more air. A little bit more air and then exhale. Breathe in through your nose, full, and then hold the breath, and then again take a bit more air in through your nose, and exhale through the lips. Doing that one more time, breathing in through your nose, until you feel like you've taken a full breath, pause, and then see if you can breathe in a bit more air, a sharp breath in, and then exhale through your lips. Stretch your arms overhead, breathe normally, wriggle yourself long. Give the right knee a hug into your chest, arms around the right shin or thigh. Squeeze it in, out, in, out, in, out. Switch to the left leg, right leg goes down, left leg comes in. Squeeze in, out, in, out, in, out. Both knees come in, both knees squeeze in, out, in, out, in, out. And your choice, if you can happily roll up from there, roll up, otherwise come up a happy way. Another way. Great, thank you very much everyone, well done. I think we're going to use, in the next class, I'm definitely going to use the purple blocks. And I'll use the bands as well. So you can leave your purple block and the bands. Leave them all. Leave your pile. Yeah, leave the pile. If you pop it up at the top end near your sticker, that would be great, and then they're just in place for the next class. So your thinner block, your thicker block, and your bands.